Lithium-ion batteries are everywhere. They power the smartphones in our pockets, the laptops we work on, the e-bikes and scooters zipping through our cities, and even the electric cars that promise a greener future. But behind this miracle of modern technology lies a hidden danger. Under the wrong conditions, these powerful batteries can fail catastrophically, bursting into flames, exploding, and unleashing toxic smoke. Why do lithium-ion batteries explode? What makes them so dangerous compared to other batteries? And most importantly, what can you do to protect yourself and your loved ones? In today's video, we'll uncover the science, the real-world disasters, and the crucial safety tips behind the most important energy source of our time. Stay tuned. To understand why lithium-ion batteries explode, we first need to understand how they work. At its core, a lithium-ion battery is a simple sandwich of materials: a positive electrode called the cathode, a negative electrode called the anode, and a liquid electrolyte in between. Separating the two electrodes is a microscopic barrier, known as the separator. When you charge the battery, lithium ions move from the cathode to the anode. When you use your device, the ions move back. This back-and-forth movement is what creates the flow of electricity that powers your phone, laptop, or car. It sounds simple, but here is the problem. These batteries are built with materials that are highly reactive. Lithium itself is a very unstable metal. Combine that with flammable liquid electrolytes, and you're basically carrying around a tiny fuel tank inside your device. Most of the time, everything works perfectly. But under stress, that balance can collapse, and when it does, the result can be explosive. So why exactly do lithium-ion batteries catch fire? The answer lies in a dangerous chain reaction known as thermal runaway. Thermal runaway is like a domino effect. It starts with a single cell inside the battery overheating. That heat spreads to the next cell, and then the next, until the entire battery pack ignites. Once it begins, it's almost impossible to stop. But what triggers this deadly chain reaction? Let's break it down into the four most common causes. Cause number 1: overheating. When a battery gets too hot, whether from being left in the sun, charging too quickly, or overuse, it can reach a tipping point. The heat causes the electrolyte to break down and release flammable gases. At around 150 degrees Celsius, the separator between the electrodes can melt. Once that happens, the positive and negative materials come into contact, creating a short circuit. That's when thermal runaway begins. Cause number 2: physical damage. Lithium-ion batteries are fragile. A puncture, a drop, or even crushing pressure can pierce the separator. If the electrodes touch, a violent short circuit occurs. That's why damaged phones, crushed power banks, or e-bike batteries that have been in accidents are especially dangerous. Cause number 3: overcharging and faulty chargers. Using cheap or uncertified chargers can push too much current into the battery. Without proper safeguards, the battery keeps charging beyond its limit. The excess heat builds up, again leading to thermal runaway. This is why experts always warn against leaving devices plugged in overnight or using low-quality chargers. Cause number 4: manufacturing defects. Not all battery fires are caused by user mistakes. Sometimes the danger is built into the battery itself. A tiny defect, a microscopic metal particle left behind during manufacturing, can pierce the separator months or even years later. This was the case in one of the most infamous tech disasters of the decade, the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. In 2016, Samsung released the Galaxy Note 7, a sleek smartphone that promised cutting-edge performance. But soon, reports began pouring in of phones exploding in people's pockets, on airplanes, and even in hotel rooms. The cause? A design flaw in the battery that allowed the electrodes to touch under pressure. The recall cost Samsung over $5 billion and damaged its reputation for years. But more importantly, it showed the world just how dangerous lithium-ion battery failures could be. Today, one of the fastest-growing dangers comes from e-bikes and scooters. In cities like New York, London, and Manila, firefighters are battling a surge in battery fires caused by cheap, uncertified e-bike batteries. These fires are especially deadly because they ignite quickly and release toxic smoke, filling entire apartments within minutes. In some cases, residents had less than 30 seconds to escape. And then there are electric cars. While EVs are generally safe, When a battery pack in a Tesla or other EV catches fire, it can burn for hours. Firefighters often need thousands of gallons of water to cool the cells. Some EV fires have reignited days later, even after being extinguished. That's how persistent thermal runaway can be. Today, airlines around the world strictly regulate spare lithium-ion batteries. In-flight battery fires are one of the most dangerous emergencies possible. A fire at 35,000 feet leaves passengers and crew with limited options. That SYUK re-asked to keep power banks in your carry-on and never in checked baggage. If one catches fire, the crew needs to deal with it immediately. You don't need a huge battery to cause a disaster. Even a tiny smartphone battery can unleash enough heat and smoke to destroy a car or burn down a house. That's because lithium-ion battery fires don't behave like normal fires. They release jets of flame, toxic gases like hydrogen fluoride, and can even explode violently. And once thermal runaway begins, water alone often isn't enough to stop it. So what can you do to reduce the risks? Here are the most important safety tips everyone should know. Use only certified chargers and cables. Don't risk your devices with cheap knockoffs. Don't overcharge. Unplug devices once fully charged. Avoid charging overnight. Avoid heat. Don't leave phones in hot cars or laptops in direct sunlight. Check for damage. If your battery is swollen, cracked, or leaking, replace it immediately. Store batteries safely. Keep spare batteries in protective cases. Never toss them loose in bags. Be careful with e-bikes and scooters. Only buy certified models. Avoid cheap replacement batteries. Have a fire plan. Know where your extinguisher is. For small fires, use a Class D extinguisher or fire blanket. For larger fires, evacuate and call the fire department. Remember, it's not about fear, it's about awareness. Next time you reach for your phone or hop in an EV, take a moment to appreciate the incredible technology that powers our world. With knowledge and care, we can enjoy the benefits of lithium-ion batteries while protecting ourselves from the risks. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.